workers to get board approval to have 2 peer support workers in every single team. Because there's real recognition that lived experience in the workforce has tremendous value. And we have found that it can reduce untoward incidents, it can reduce violence and restraint and SUIs. And the other thing is that we haven't got any evidence on reduction in service use because it's too complicated to attribute it to peers because there's such a complicated pathway through the service. But we have got incredibly positive, qualitative, kind of anecdotal evidence that peers are highly valued. Every team's asking for them. That has to mean something. The staff are really saying they value them. Everybody wants to have peers. But that we've now at the stage where we've got to replace existing posts with peers. We can't keep having them additional. So we've just appointed 3 onto our PQ ward, our intensive care admission ward. And those 3 all constitute 1 full-time equivalent post. And it's all going very well 3 weeks in. The problem is, although they have peer supervision available from Kim, they're too busy to access it, which is what we hear from all our nurses.
Well, they don't feel that they want to let the staff team down, the other staff team down, by actually accessing
that's
the support that they might need.
But so far, the team there is saying that it's working incredibly well, and they're very pleased that they've replaced 1 HCA post with 3 peers. They're getting value for their money there. That's a good point. And I suppose the other things, we've learned a lot of lessons. There's lots of questions, but we have learned a lot of lessons. And one is that we've learned a lot about the training. We currently run an introduction to peer support, but we're actually increasing that now to 120 certificate in peer support, where people will not just do their 20 credit introduction, but they'll also do advanced skills in peer support. One will be around caring for people with psychosis, including trauma-focused recovery care. And then other module will be around social inclusion and IPS, those kind of skills to get people into employment education. Peer training, so people learning to be trained as peer supervisors and managers, peer researchers. So that will make 120 credits, so they'll be certificated peer support workers. The other thing is, before anybody comes into any kind of involvement role, we're very clear now that they all need training in telling their own story. They all need to be absolutely, before they volunteer or anything, they need to be clear about how to talk about their own experiences, and they also need to be quite strong in terms of their own recovery, about they'll need to have their own personal recovery plan. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.